Nice. It is great to hear that you appreciate the value of this listening and speaking class. The objects are clear and you are prepared to dive in. Now, let's do this. For us to get the most from this lesson, we'll start by listening to a short audio. I'm going to play it. And also, I'll be stopping at strategic points to highlight intonation patterns and stress so that we can understand the real message that the author is trying, that the speaker is trying to convey. You understand, as you said before, that intonation and stress play a key role in refining the meaning of text. We don't understand the text out of from the blues, out of context, but we pay attention to these elements so as to appreciate what our speaker wants us to do. Now, I'm going to play the audio straight away. Let's be on our gadgets. Yes, it's on. Hey, thank you. Are you okay? Very good. We are now going to highlight the key phrases. And I'm going to start with this one now. Let me see it on my gadget. There's this statement by James. Sure, sir. What's up? What do you notice? Sure, sir. What's up? Look at the intonation pattern. Towards the question mark, towards the end of the sentence, you realize that the author's voice rises. Do you see that? Yes. Yes. Yes? An example? Yes, that's a good example. In fact, in most cases, when we are asking questions, where our voices usually rise slightly towards the end. But now, there are some cases when our voices rises and falls, or sometimes it starts high and reduces down, and then it climbs down. Now, thank you for your questions. We are going to ask all those questions. For your question, words that we usually focus on most, that we usually emphasize on, because that's what you're talking about stress. The words you emphasize on are usually the ones that carry the meat of the content. Meat of the content. That means that words that carry the real meaning of the statement, we usually put some emphasis on them, and we say we stress on them. For example, you can see there's a place where James is talking about to meet. He's saying, let me see. Yes. James is saying, no, that's Sarah. Let's meet at 3 p.m. Now, as you have heard, when he says the word let's, there's a difference. Let's, and then it comes to the word meet. And let me write in the capital letter just for emphasis purposes. You come to understand why I put it in capital letters. Let's meet, then add small, then he says 3 p.m. Now, who can guess why I'm using capital letters in some of these places? Yes, I've used these capital letters, and think about the intonation pattern and the stress usage throughout the audio, and you can get yes, James. Good. There's an emphasis on the word meet, so the speaker takes a little more time to expound on that. So he says, let's meet at 3 p.m. You see that? Yeah. So let's continue. Right. Good. We have now finished this section, and now I'm going to put you into your groups. You know the groups. The three of you know how you this group. The way I arranged you yesterday. You are going to keep those groups today. You are going to discuss the main message that the author, the speaker, wants to convey in these groups. Yes, I mean, yesterday I read you two, you are in pairs. So the pairs, leave alone the group of threes, we'll use them for another lesson. For today, yesterday I read you in three, you are in pairs. So can you say that way very fast? Discuss the message. You can discuss. Nice. I can see you are done. Are you fine? That's nice. Now, can we now get from each group at least one statement that tells us what the author, I keep saying author, I mean what the speaker means, or the message that the speaker wants to convey. Yes? What meeting? Good trial, good work. Planning a meeting. Let's make it a statement. For example, we can say, so what we are going to first going to restate the question and give the answer. That's the right method for me. Now, like when I say, can you state what the author meant, you say start like this. And I'm sorry for keep saying author. I mean the speaker, right? No problem, let's continue. The speaker meant, so we're going to use this phrase to help us complete the sentences. All from there, I think each group is just going to give us one sentence. You start, the speaker meant, and you proceed. Yes, the first question. Yes, all of us are going to create sentences using this structure. The speaker meant. Okay? At some point, we are going to use the name of the speaker because we are going to find the name of the speaker towards the end of this particular audio. So once we reach there, I am going to allow you to use the name of the speakers. For now, let's go with this to avoid confusing each other or confusing those who are still new to this, because not all of us are used to this kind of communication. But it's very simple, and we are all going to get accustomed in a while. So let's start the first sentence. The speaker meant. Yes, James.